Okay, boys and girls, so this is going to be your first science quiz taken using our computer. So you are going to need a couple of materials. You need a piece of loose leaf paper and a pencil. So if you don't have that, then please pause your recording, go get those things, and then you can come back and play it again. Okay, so we're ready for our first quiz. This is Science 5, Variables and Data Check. On your loose leaf, you need to make sure you put your name, okay? I'm putting Mrs. G because that's my name. You're going to write your name on your loose leaf, okay? And then we're going to put the number 1 for now. You use your lines. I can't line it up. A, B, C, D. That's all you need to number for now because we're going to come back in and add some information and use good strategies. Okay, so your answers are actually going on your loose leaf rather than in AA, like the other kids, because you need to be able to see my read aloud. So I'm going to read it to you. You need to make sure you're thinking about what are the key words. You can write them on your loose leaf paper. You can slash and dash on your loose leaf paper. Here's number 1. A student did an experiment to see if watching educational television made people smarter. Tests were given before and after the shows were watched. What is the independent variable? Okay, I'm going to repeat the question. So you should be thinking, what are the key words? A student did an experiment to see if watching educational television made people smarter. Tests were given before and after the shows were watched. What is the independent variable? Okay, our choices are A, educational television shows, B, scores on tests, C, number of shows, D, amount of television watched. So you need to, on your loose leaf, you can write down any key words right here from the question. Okay, if you need to pause and rewind so you can see it, you can do that. And then you need to slash and dash your answers and circle the one that you think is correct. Okay, number 2. So on your loose leaf, you need to put a 2 and A, B, C, D. Use this to write down any keywords, and then you can slash and dash. Look at our box in number 2. We have a problem. Here's our problem. How does the amount of daylight that enters my room affect how late I sleep? Here's our hypothesis. If I use blackout curtains, then I will sleep later. Here's our question. What is the independent variable in this experiment? So again, write down any keywords from your question. What are they asking about? What is the independent variable in this experiment? We have A, size of room, B, blackout curtains, C, typical bedtime, D, time slept in. If you need to rewind so you can hear the words again, go ahead and do that. You can pause if you need to. Take a look at number 3. So again, on your loose leaf, you should have marked your answer for number 2. And we're going to write down number 3, A, B, C, D. Oops, wrong one. Okay, take a look at the photograph here. Here's our question. The science class wants to find out which of these 2 cars is the fastest. All variables should be kept the same except A, the height of the ramp they use, B, the amount of force used to push the cars, C, the amount of friction on the ramp, D, the weight of the cars being tested. Now, I am going to walk you through this a little bit because this is our first quiz. But I want you to remember that we talked about using yeses and nos whenever we see a big not or except. Okay? So I'm going to read this again, and I'm going to ask you a question each time. And on your loose leaf, you need to think about, should A get a yes or a no? And write a Y or an N. Okay? So the science class wants to find out which of these two cars is the fastest. All variables should be kept the same except. So picture that experiment. All right, A, the height of the ramp they use. You need to ask yourself, do they need to keep the height of the ramp the same? Yes or no? Label A on your loose leaf. B, the amount of force used to push the cars. So ask yourself, do we need to keep the amount of force used to push them the same? Yes or no? Label B. C, the amount of friction on the ramp. Ask yourself, do I need to keep the amount of friction on the ramp the same? Yes or no? D, the weight of the cars being tested. Ask yourself, do I need to keep the weight of the cars being tested the same? Yes or no? Now circle your answer. Okay, number 4. I see a box of books, a box of kitchen utensils, a box of pillows and sheets, and a box of toys and stuffed animals. Here's our question. A family was packing boxes to move. The son did an experiment with his dad to see if he could guess what was inside the box just by picking it up. What was the dependent variable? So on your loose leaf, you should have number 4, A, B, C, D. Write down any key words that you see. What are they asking about? They're asking about the dependent variable. So you should be asking yourself, what is a dependent variable? All right. So what was the dependent variable? A, items in the box. B, types of boxes. C, weight of the box. D, number of boxes. Use good strategy. Okay, so I'm going to give you a little hint on this one because it's pretty tricky. I want you to think about the difference between an independent variable and a dependent variable. One of them you change on purpose. One of them is going to be like the outcome. So you need to be thinking, what did they actually change on purpose here? That's going to be your independent variable. We need to answer the question, what was the dependent variable? So that's a big hint. See if that helps. All right. Choose your answer for 4 on your loose leaf. Label number 5, A, B, C, D. All right. Directions. Click on each answer that you want to select. What you're going to need to do on your paper, because this is very different. You can see that there's a number 5, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes. So I need you on your loose leaf to put number 5, and then I need you to draw 6 boxes, just like theirs looks on the screen. 6 rectangles. So 1, and I'm just going to clone mine. Okay, I'm going to pause this while I draw. Okay, so your loose leaf should look like this. It should have the 6 boxes. You don't have to write in all the words right now. Okay. Identify each experiment where the independent variable is circled. Again, be thinking, what does independent variable mean? Okay, we're going to read each one, and if the independent variable is circled, you are going to note that on your paper. So A, a study about listening to loud music and ear damage. So they circled listening to loud music. Is that an independent variable here? If it is, then on your loose leaf, you're going to want to put like a little star or something to show me that you're choosing that one. We're going to go down. A study of how many eggs chickens lay in each season. Okay, so is that the independent variable? If it is circled how many eggs and that is the independent variable, then you're going to choose that. Put a star or something on that next box. A study of how many cups of coffee a person drinks during work hours, and they circled how many cups of coffee. And we're moving up here to this rectangle. A study of student grades and the color of school walls. If that's the independent variable, then you're going to mark it with a star. If not, X it out so we know it's wrong. Next one, a study of ice cream and the number of flavors found in local shops. Ice cream is circled. Last one, a study of the type of pumpkin seeds that grow the largest pumpkins. Type of pumpkin seeds is circled. So anything that you feel is the independent variable should be marked on your loose leaf. Put a star or whatever. If you think it is not, then you're going to X it out. Okay. Number 6, choose the 3 correct constants, which means we are going to need to choose 3 correct answers. This one you need to set up just like the other one, only now we're going to put a number 6 and draw me 3 boxes going down and then 2 beside it. If you need to pause it while you set up your paper, that's fine. Choose the 3 constants. After reading the procedure below, which items are constants in the investigation? A, procedure. Pour 250 milliliters of cold water into a clear plastic cup. Pour 250 milliliters of room temperature water into a clear plastic cup. Pour 250 milliliters of warm water into a clear plastic cup. Drop 1 sugar cube into each cup. Use a timer to find out how long each sugar cube takes to dissolve. So we are choosing the 3 things that are constants. We have time to dissolve, water temperature, amount of sugar, amount of water, type of cup. Mark all the constants on your loose leaf. Number 7, we have a list of constants. Blindfold, brand of soda, kind, diet, regular of soda, amount of soda, and Jane. A student did a blindfold taste test to see if she could tell the difference between diet soda and regular soda. She made a list of constants for her experiment. Which factor did she list incorrectly? So using our list, which one did she list incorrectly? Because she made a list of constants. A, kind of soda. B, brand of soda. C, blindfold. D, Jane. Mark it on your loose leaf. Number 8. This is again a choose all, so you're going to have to put number 8 and draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rectangles on your loose leaf. Look at the data below. Choose all of the quantitative data. The sores on her leg are 4 centimeters wide. I have 10 cousins. The plant looks like it grew a lot. The patient was tired and achy. The plant grew 10 inches in 2 months. Johnny can do 10 sit-ups in 30 seconds. Choose all of the quantitative data on your loose leaf. Pause it if you need to. Number 9. Click on each answer you wish to select. You must select all of the correct answers. So again, number 9, draw 6 boxes. Pause if you need to. 4 family members showed a boy their secret tricks for keeping homemade cookies soft. Select all the items that should be kept constant for the experiment. We have person, baking, ingredients, baking pans, cookie recipe, time of day, aprons. Pause and rewind if you need to. Okay, this recording is going to end, so you're going to have to go to another recording on Google Classroom.